question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay, won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. Coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne. So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in my veins, won't play it safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Who died and made you king of anything? You think that I'm insane? It's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. Take it, I've come to take it. Kingdoms rise and fall, I've come to take it all. I'll take it all. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control it in my bones. I'm coming. Coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna look back. Never gonna look back. Cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same, cause that's what it takes.
Been chewed up, spit out, torn apart, but picking up all the pieces is a form of art.
I'm never gonna look back, cause damn, I was built to last. You move slow and I move fast, and that's facts. Only I can make a change. Slowly take a step today. I will never be the same, cause that's what it takes.
All right, guys, good morning. Happy Wednesday, May 28th. We're going to do another little Streamlabs test here this morning. I did talk to tech support this morning, which is why I'm late. And they gave me a few setting tweaks to try and said do another live stream and see if that helps. So we will see. We will see. I did notice that on Twitch, the live stream was still running. It only died on YouTube yesterday anyways. I didn't check the day before. So, might take me a day or so to get this figured out, but we will. It's some problem between Streamlabs and YouTube or my settings, which I never change. Just one day it decides not to work. Let's see. We got Bitcoin down this morning at 107. GameStop down 11.5% at 30.90. News of the day is, let me pull up this press release. GameStop announces purchase of Bitcoin. The announcement we've been waiting for what? 2 months now. Problem is, it's a very brief announcement. Today, GameStop announced that it purchased 4,710 Bitcoin. No details about what their buy-in price was. No details of when, which then leads people what? To speculate that perhaps they bought the top. And now Bitcoin's going down. You know, it might be cute if you're a retail promoter on YouTube of GameStop or Twitter to theorize that they secretly bought 2 months ago at 74,000. And everybody should just understand that Ryan Cohen's trying to trick the shorts. But, there's big players involved in GameStop now. Bondholders. People don't like uncertainty. And I think that was a flub on GameStop's part to not disclose what they bought, to remove any uncertainty. It doesn't matter to me if they bought it 101, 108, or 74. The uncertainty of not knowing is probably, in my best guess, why the price is trending down today. Plus the fact that the Bitcoin's going down. Yeah, no Godzilla delay between the camera and the microphone. That was definitely a Streamlabs problem or a my computer problem. Sometimes I just got to reboot. I upgraded all drivers and such last night. Sent out a trouble ticket to Streamlabs, and we'll get it sorted. Chris says if they bought at 75K, why wouldn't they just publish that? Exactly. Why wouldn't they just say it? And the fact that they didn't say anything almost leads me to think that their purchase was recently. But I don't know. I mean, we're all just left to speculate, and speculating, the big boys don't like that. And we got big boys playing GameStop now. Now at 30.90. As I told you guys on Friday, I started unloading above $33. So a pullback for me is cool. Pull it back so I can buy back in cheaper. AMC down 12% this morning. $3.51. Now I was, talking last night that we had resistance up at about 420, and maybe we would reject off of that. Instead, we just get a solid red down candle this morning. Why? I don't know. Other than, perhaps the hype over Memorial Day weekend, as I said yesterday, was justifiable It got some shorts out of the play, but if you're in my Discord, you know, yesterday morning, I was telling the Discord, I expect these shorts will reset their short positions as the price moves up. Meaning what? They're going to, once it tops out, they're going to reapply their shorts. And that is my best guess what is going on right now. The ones that didn't feel comfortable as the price started moving up got out. Some puts that were in the options chain got closed out, which also drives the price up. And then it just leveled off, and they were like, all right, let's go back in. Let's go short again. Anya, 513 million report on GameStop on their Bitcoin purchase. If we take the whatever 4170, is that what they said? 4710. If we take that and multiply it by this morning's Bitcoin price, it's was valued a couple hours ago at $513 million. So that is where Reuters is getting their 513 million valuation. That's technically correct. What we really want to know is what was the purchase price? Are they up 50%? Or are they up 1%, down 1%? We don't know. But I'm telling you, that answer will have a meaningful impact to how GameStop trades and to their income statement eventually. Remember, Bitcoin gains or losses will show up on the income statement as unrealized gain or loss, and it will fantastically improve earnings or dramatically crater them depending on their buy-in price. So I mean, there's some important facts here missing for those of us that want to do some sort of proper financial analysis. James, hey, what's up? He says, what is your next movie plans? Yeah, I want to see Karate Kid. I would like to fit in just for fun, because we all need that. Lilo and Stitch. We saw Mission Impossible on, what was it, Monday night? And I was trying to fit in Lilo and Stitch too. I was just having problems coordinating with the wife. She was wanting her dad to go with us, and we just had a lot of scheduling snafus. So we ended up just going by ourselves finally to a late show to see Mission Impossible, and we'll get Lilo and Stitch in. Karate Kid, yes, for sure. Ballerina's coming up. What else? How to Train Your Dragon. Those are on my short list of what I want to see. Was Mission Impossible good? I think it was maybe one of the best of the series. And I don't know if you guys were, I don't even remember where all I said this, but we rewatched all of the Mission Impossible, starting with number 1. About a week ago, we started rewatching them in preparation for going to see the new one. And it is amazing to me. I would call the first 2 kind of cheesy in terms of acting and action, but he got better and better in the quality of the product, in the stunts, and the just everything, the dialogue, the acting, as they went along. And these 2 last movies have been my favorites. It was fun to relive all the iconic moments. Like, I had forgotten how much I had forgot about the first movies, but there's always that one scene in each movie that is burned into your brain, like that one where it opens up and he's climbing up some cliff rock formation with no ropes. You know, that one, the one where he's climbing that building in Malaysia or wherever it is with the little suction cups. those iconic scenes that stay with us. The train scene in number 7, the ending, was one that that stands out in memory. And now I got to think about, what am I going to remember most from number 8? There were a lot of good action scenes. The biplane scene, the submarine scene. Tubby Tubby says, I'm still learning the wheel strategy that Tony showcased in his video a few months back. Good learning. Yeah, there were people, speaking of the wheel strategy, let's talk about AMC since I had it up on the screen. There were people yesterday sharing their angst, their worry that selling $5 covered calls was going to make them lose their shares this week. And I wanted to reply back and give them a hug over Twitter and say, I think you're going to be okay. That was probably the right move. But I didn't, because it's not worth the hate that I would get. Even just, why is the retail trading community and all tickers so against anybody considering risks? You're not even allowed to talk about resistance. You're not allowed to talk about lawsuits that are pending. You're not allowed to talk about the fact that the company's not out of shares. I don't get it. I don't get it. The amount of comments that I've had to deal with in the past couple days, or even the past year, for trying to be balanced in my viewpoint and buy low and sell high and then rinse and repeat. I don't understand what is up with all of these communities being so irrational. Like, we're in a stock market. It's for trading. The goal, I think, for everybody is to lock in profits, not watch your profits soar and then watch them evaporate. How does that make you happy? I don't get it. But yeah, if you were wheeling AMC, if you owned a bunch of shares and you sold $5 calls, not only did you bank money on high IV, but you're going to keep your shares and you're going to keep that money. That is the wheel. There is more to the wheel. Go watch my my playlist on the wheel strategy, or just to get you started and understanding the basics, and then continue doing your own education. Options trading is not for everybody. There are risks in it, and I try and talk about those risks in the videos. But we call it the virtual ATM. It's like printing free money. It is how Wall Street gets rich. Sell cash secured puts, sell covered calls. John, what's up? He says, what is the news that made GME and AMC go down? I don't know why AMC went down, other than nothing really changed, except we had one weekend of great box office. And like I've said before many times, one weekend is not a quarter. We still got to finish this quarter. We still got to find out what's going on with the bondholder lawsuit next month in June. And we still need to find out what's on a proxy statement. And I'm not going to stop saying that those are important things to consider. If you want to consider them and then promptly ignore them, hey, you do you. That's cool with me. But since this channel is me talking about what I'm looking at, those are definitely things I'm looking at, and I will talk about them. They're, I think, things that should not be ignored, but if you want to ignore them, hey, do you. Do I ever do any spread options, one-stop print shop? I have not routinely done spreads. I've modeled them many times when I'm considering what type of options strategy I want. But typically what I'm doing with my options trades, I don't trade them every day, is I'm looking for high IV plays where I have a pretty good feeling, greater than 50% of what is likely to happen, and where I think that I can make 50 to 100% gain on the trade. I'm not looking to do options trades to make 10 or 20%. And so that leads me into doing one-sided trades most often. And, nobody gets all of their option trades perfect, and me self included. A lot of times I'm right on my thesis, but I'm wrong on my timing. Such is life. That's a risk with options. If you don't like that, then number one, don't spend a lot when you're trading options. Number two, just buy shares. Options have that ticking time bomb of theta decay. Marilyn Mom says maybe the price is going down because investors took profits today. Maybe so. Could be that. My thesis yesterday, as I said about 30 minutes ago, and as I said in Discord yesterday, was there were some shorts that got out. This is my take on it. There were some shorts that got out yesterday. And I said in the Discord, when it peaks, expect them to reset their short and watch the price come back down. I didn't know how long that would take, but apparently it only took 24 hours. I like putting predictions out there like that in the Discord based on how, without emotion, trying to use logic, thinking about what would I do if I was a short. I don't short stocks, by the way, but I try to pay attention to how they act and what they're thinking. I like to put those predictions in the Discord and see how often do I get it right. And now we're down 12.5%. And it's basically doing exactly what I said yesterday in Discord. I don't talk about it on Twitter and YouTube because death threats for trying to be honest with everybody. And very few people are tolerant of someone covering this stock in an unbiased, unemotional way. Chris says it's odd that both AMC and GameStop are down 11% today. Oh, I can't wait for the elitists, Chris, to say that AMC took GameStop down. Oh, man. Yes, I agree with you. It is odd that they both go down. Let's look at one other one. Let's look at costs just for an example. I mean, there is meme basket trading. Cost is down 2.6%. And it could be coordinated, but I don't think one is being taken down to take down the other. Just somebody decided to go short on meme stocks today. The GameStop price decline today is a little more, I think there's a more logical explanation for why it is down also. And that is that they didn't announce their purchase price. They just announced the number of Bitcoin. And so that adds uncertainty into the trade for the big boys, and they're not very happy about that. I think GameStop should have disclosed their buy-in price. Tubby Tubby says, I have my long-time longs on AMC. that are in the red, right? And I also trade AMC short term. It just has to be to deal with the volatile company. Yeah, I mean, folks, I mean, I'm not joking here. There are people in the Discord, in the chat, and they can confirm. Many people in our Discord, by taking a more proactive approach to their AMC trading, have completely repaired any losses that they had going into 2024. And I know people that were down $100,000, completely repaired those losses. What is proactively trading? What does that mean? Well, it means you got to detach from a buy and hold mentality and be willing to swing trade and be willing to run the wheel on it. Sell cash secured puts, sell covered calls, with all the risk that entails. But it's better, in my opinion, to think about doing that than just being a victim of time, waiting years and years and years for the box office to recover. So, Tubby Tubby, you are to be commended, I think, for, I get it, you know, there's not much you can do about being down on some shares, but you're actively taking steps to fix some of those bags. I think that is a commendable thing. It's being intelligent. And yeah, you know, some of us get cast out of we're cast off the team. We're banished. Not allowed to talk about the stock because you have a different trading plan than me. Well, sorry, I have a family to take care of. I've got a portfolio to take care of. Chris says, I can't imagine the sentiment wearing off in one day. I'm with you, Chris. I'm surprised that the move down was this violent, this fast. Even though I said yesterday morning in the Discord, they will reset their shorts when it peaks. The severity of that correction shocked even me. What else? Let's look at DJT here real quick. DJT announcing, I was talking about this last night and the stream cut off, talking to myself for about 10 minutes before I realized YouTube had cut off. DJT announced, I think, $1.5 billion in new shares being sold and $1 billion in bonds. And the stock is only down a few dollars, which for me is amazing that is all that it went down. So kudos to them. And they are going to try and start a Bitcoin treasury also. I don't think I'm going to go over the filing again. That's what I was doing, a 5-minute overview of their filing last night when the stream cut off. I don't think we'll do that again, but you can go read it. It's pretty basic. And our other meme stocks that some of the retail community is closely watching, and the promoters, I call them, are talking about. Finger Motion. I'm not in any of these stocks, by the way. Finger Motion down 1.2%. We're expecting earnings. I have traded Finger long many times, swing trades, buy cheap, sell into run-ups. I do not subscribe to any promoters' ridiculous price targets on this stock. I also do not promote hundreds of billions of naked shorts like they do. It's a swing trade. Relatively low float, high retail attention, low short interest, and easy for the promoters to move the stock. A lot of people get tricked into buying the top, and then it sells off. But our next check-in point for Finger this week will be the earnings, and I'm looking forward to seeing what that looks like. And then, if it's good, maybe finger pushes up. If it's bad, it maybe pushes down. The other funny one is G-Bucks down here in the bottom left. Same promoter as a finger. Keep pushing G-Bucks. I started covering it when it was running up to $9, saying, take your damn profits off the table. Quit listening to these promoters telling you that it's running to $1,000. This is ridiculous to think that a 70-cent penny stock where the company has revenues of $19,000, I did not stutter, is going to run to $1,000. Just ridiculous promotion. And of course, I got all the hate for reminding people to lock in some gains, and now we're at $2.46. They have a special dividend coming up on June 5th or 6th, I think, which is a warrant distribution, which, of course, the promoters are saying is going to screw the shorts, but doesn't look like anybody's scared to me. The warrant, there's barely any shorts in this trade. There's no hundreds of millions of naked shorts. Nobody fucking cares about a penny stock. The special dividend will be distributed, and you'll have the right to buy more G-Bucks. Woo! Great for the company, because they're going to trick you into exercising those warrants to increase your position as you increase the float. I don't get it, why people are so excited about a special dividend that is basically just a warrant to enable you to increase your holdings. It will give some more money to the company, I think. And then the other one we're kind of watching is Wolfspeed is a fairly large semiconductor company, an important semiconductor company that is having some financial troubles. And, I like watching bankruptcy plays. I really got interested in them several years ago when we were trading Hertz. Hertz is the standout bankruptcy play that was really different, because they got hurt during COVID, but they had a bunch of assets that during their bankruptcy started appreciating. The value of used cars started going up, and Hertz became a positive bankruptcy play because the dynamics of their financials changed right in the middle of all their problems. Then the next real one that I paid attention to was BBBY. We called that one when it was trading at $30. I got out around the day that Ryan Cohen did, maybe the day before, I forget exactly. And he saw the same thing I did, that this thing was headed to Chapter 11. He got the fuck out. And all of the DD from the promoters of BBBY has been wrong ever since then. Wolf is still a story to be determined, but I like watching these just for my own education, because I haven't watched a million bankruptcy plays, but I can read a financial statement and I can read company disclosures and assign probabilities of certain outcomes. And it's looking pretty dire for Wolfspeed, that they will need to do some sort of restructuring. How that ends up affecting common stock is still TBD. And there's always, the miracle hope that a white knight comes in, one of their customers comes in and drops them another $1 billion in cash. Never say never, right? But without a miracle, they're going to, I think, need to do some sort of restructuring, either a private out-of-court restructuring or a in-court restructuring. And as they disclosed, this is not my opinion, as the company disclosed in their documents, it will be significant dilution to common stockholders. For me, that means I think, the price could drop 50% from where we're at right now, possibly, potentially to zero, depending on the terms of that restructuring. And that restructuring will be decided by the company and their creditors. Joe asking, did I sell GameStop? Yes, I started selling on Friday, as I disclosed in my Discord. I started selling GameStop over $33. I have no position at the moment. I'm waiting for the pullback, and I will let y'all know when I rebuy in. It would have been nice, sure, to sell at 37. I did not get the absolute top. That's fine with me. I'm not trying to time the tops and bottoms perfectly. I'm trying to buy low, sell high, book gains, wait for pullbacks, rinse and repeat, just like you would do with any stock if you're a swing trader. For me, long-term buy and hold, what stocks do we do that with? We do that with companies that have a long history of growing revenue. GameStop's not in that category. And a long history of growing profits. GameStop is not in that category. It is a swing trade stock until those conditions change for me. Your blue chip stocks are your long-term buy and hold stocks. Everything else, if you're dealing with companies that have declining revenue, spotty profits, negative income, you should view it as a swing trade stock. They're risky, right? Doesn't mean I'm saying don't trade them. Doesn't mean I hate the companies. I want to see people make money. I want to see you make smart trades. I want to see you book gains, go to sleep at night in peace, be patient, and buy the dips. To sell again into the next run up. Life is so much more stress-free when you can shift to that mentality. No angry tweets, no angry posts, no ranting, just zen. That is real zen, my friends. Let's see. Tubby Tubby says GME went up as high as over 37 pre-market. Yeah. I would have liked to have sold some at that high, but I did not quite catch that top. Kevin, what's up? He says, were there any halts yesterday on AMC? I don't remember seeing any yesterday. I wasn't watching it, but I have a halt log in the Discord. Let me look real quick. Any stock that is halted goes a notice with the reason and the time, goes into our Discord chat in the halt room. Let me just scan yesterday real quick. Nope, I do not see any. That'll confuse some people, won't it? The people that say it always gets halted on moves up. Tubby says AMC is a victim of themselves. They are forced to spend money with high operating costs. I would say they're a victim of decisions made in 2016, 2017 under expectations that box office was not going to crater due to a pandemic. If you want to say that is victims of themselves, I mean, they made certain decisions to grow the business when they were owned by Wanda. Was that Wanda driving that? Wanda wanted to be a dominant player in global cinema. I know a lot of people blame Adam Aaron. I question, was it Wanda telling Adam Aaron what to do, or did he? I mean, he was hired by Wanda. You guys know that, right? They owned a majority stake in the company, this Chinese conglomerate. And they had a mission back then to become a global entertainment player. And they bought AMC and they hired Adam Aaron. I think that they probably laid the plan out. He followed their plan. And then the pandemic hit. And at the same time, China told Wanda, you need to divest of all American companies. So they ended up being forced to leave the trade. And then, you know, we had the pandemic and actors and writers strike. Box office recovery's been delayed many years past what we thought it would be. And AMC's just, they can only cut theaters as fast as leases end. And I think they have an average life on their leases of 20 years compared to like a GameStop, which has an average life on their leases of, I think, 5 years. You can go look these up in a 10K, these numbers that I'm quoting. It's harder for AMC to close quickly, but they have been closing a lot over the last 4 or 5 years in an effort to get the cost under control under the new environment of box office. Yeah. Where the blame lies exactly, I don't know. I mean, they're partly a victim of their own choices 10 years ago, and they're partly a victim of the box office and the pandemic and the actors and writers strike. Tubby says, I tweeted to AA to find a way to monetize their leased theater spaces to sublet it out for special events, Zoom calls, sports events, concerts. It's been a little bit quiet on announcing events like that. And even the ones that they do, like I occasionally stumble upon that they have a MMA fight. Like, why is that not promoted more heavily? I don't know. And where is our next concert? I don't know. They hired a VP just for that. What's she been doing? I haven't heard anything. I'm sure one day we will. I mean, I'm not like trying to throw her under the bus. It's probably not a quick negotiating process, finding the right artist and inking all of the details. But I think we all were expecting more rapid developments and announcements from tiptoeing into that. And yeah, the Zoom call thing, I have not heard squat about that in years. From the day they announced it, I never heard about it again from AMC. Have you guys? Have you heard anything about Zoom meetings since that day we made the announcement? They. I'm not a we. I don't work for AMC. Tubby Tubby says, I definitely had to learn stoicism. I love stoicism to manage my anxieties and patience with these meme situations. You truly must become patient and figure out how to take out all emotion, including on run-ups. I often tell my Discord folks, the more hyped I see retail getting, the more my stoicism makes me want to do the opposite, because all they're doing is feeding on their own emotions and their own hype. And it gets to a point where it's unrealistic. And then that's fine. You can be hyped and happy. I'm happy. I love to see moves up. But what is the next thing that happens? Depression, anxiety, anger, when the market brings its force to bear back on a speculative trade. There's no need to put yourself through those manic, depressive cycles. Just learn to be stoic. Learn to have no emotion. Do your DD. Buy cheap only when it's cheap, and take profits into run-ups. You can take profits in brackets if you want to, if you don't feel comfortable completely exiting your position. I've learned to get comfortable completely exiting my position if I understand the trade and understand the financials. And I'm not getting my beliefs on what is about to happen from anybody talking about naked shorts or market manipulation. I have wiped that from my daily inputs. I do my own DD, and I mostly look at financial statements. And I think about how are the shorts looking at this, which is, I think, a big problem that nobody is really doing. They're not trying to think like the enemy. And I use that word enemy, They're not trying to think about how other market participants are looking at the trade. And I think that is a fatal flaw. Trying to understand what all of the market participants are thinking, and it will help give you some peace on making decisions about your trading style. Chris says AA was a little too mysterious with his tweets. Tweeted recently something about material non-public info, which got everyone all hot and bothered. But it really could have just been financials. Yeah, I mentioned that, Chris, that he could have just been simply saying that he had MNPI that was related to the fact that they were about to announce the Q1 earnings, and he couldn't buy any shares then. I don't know. He shouldn't have even put that damn tweet out, honestly. Because then what? After the earnings are announced, then everybody's expectation is, okay, are you going to buy now? And what? We've had just crickets. Or did he have a more cryptic real intention behind that? I don't know. Is there more MNPI, material non-public info, out there, a more long-term strategy? I don't know. I have long said, do not waste your time decoding or even reading tweets. Read the company SEC filings. Everything you need to know is right there. GameStop, AMC, Wolfspeed, Finger Motion, G-Bucks. Tweets are entertainment. They are not a SEC legal disclosure. That's how I view them. That has helped my trading become much more profitable, much more sane, much less likely to allow myself to be misled by creating my own interpretation when the tweets are purposely vague. That is done from all of these CEOs, and I'm talking dozens of them. The tweets are purposely vague to encourage you to create your own interpretation. I think that's a dangerous way to trade. Scott says, I went to the dentist last week and he said he was going to use helium on me. Will that numb the pain? I asked. He said, no, but when you scream, it will sound funny as hell. Thank you for the moment of levity, Scott. Joe says, you told me that I need to take over my financials after I told you how much I had lost with AMC. I now will get the last 45%. I need to recover all of my losses. So you've recovered 55% of your losses since we chatted last, Joe. That is beautiful to hear. Dave says, yeah, Dave, I remember that. Adam Aaron told us the phones were ringing off the hook with interested parties about concerts. Okay. Where's the deals? I mean, I'm not trying to be negative. I'm sure there's something in the works. I'm always going to give them the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, we get impatient. We'd like to see something drop in, especially in the last year when it was slow. Drop anything in. Doesn't even have to be a Swiftie. Now we're getting back into busy season and, you know, there's less opportunity to do something like that. Chris says, but the AMC community reads those tweets and goes crazy with all kinds of theories, when in reality it's probably nothing. I agree with you. And I've said that many, many times over the last many years. Do not decode tweets unless you can view it as purely entertainment. If you're viewing tweets or what anybody says about them, Bed Bath & Beyond, GameStop, AMC, Finger Motion, GNS, if you're viewing any of those CEO tweets as reasons to make a trading decision, boy, you're playing with fire, in my opinion. I've seen very few of those tweets. Other than Roaring Kitty, just the fact that he's tweeting, that's really the only thing that moves the damn stocks. All the other tweets just seem like promotional type stuff that has short legs. Tubby Tubby says, Hollywood needs to make better movies, not sequels on top of sequels. I agree with you. Where is the originality? Where are more movies like Sinners? Why can't that stuff be greenlit? Why are they so damn scared to take a chance? It's like an easy layup. Oh, just make a repeat, make a sequel of what worked well last time. That's all fine. I mean, audiences do love that many times. If the story can be meaningfully different or better, like at least the Mission Impossible movies are meaningfully different every time. But I would love to see more originality, like Sinners also, or Oppenheimer, or Barbie. Do we need a Barbie 2? Probably not. Would it do well? Probably so. I'm looking forward to the part 2 of Wicked, though. I enjoyed Wicked way more than I thought that I would. Chris says, just found out Grandpap is addicted to Viagra. No one is taking it harder than Grandma. Oh, poor Grandma. Tubby Tubby says, when the shorts run out of excuses to short, then it becomes bullish. So let's talk about that for AMC for a second, because a lot of people think I'm short because I'm talking to you guys about risks that I'm watching in the short term. I will only call them short-term risks. The two remaining things, there were three risks that I was watching why I exited the play in November. Poor Q1, and we saw the price tank from $5 to $2.40, so that worked out exactly like I thought that it would. And four things. I said there was going to be a poor Q1 and a dilution event. That's why I exited in November. Those two things I got right. And then I said we need to get an update on the bondholder lawsuit settlement, and we need to see what's the company going to do about being out of shares, i.e. the proxy statement. Will there be any news on that? We got two things left that I need to answer on before I can say all of my risk things are off the table. When those things are resolved, then the shorts have less reason to be short, because box office is only going to get better. But why are they still here? A lot of people ask, why are they here? Don't they see that the box office is getting better? Aren't they scared? Not scared, in my opinion, because they know that there's a settlement coming on a bondholder lawsuit that is going to cost likely the company considerable amount of money. And they know that the company is out of shares and out of cash raisability. Whether they need to raise more cash, I don't know. We have a settlement coming up. We've got $59 million in bonds maturing in June. Do you know that? We've got 190 more million bonds maturing next year. And nobody's talking about this. That's $250 million of bonds maturing in the next 12 months. Who's talking about that? Nobody. But if I mention it, I'm the bad guy. I'm trying to tell you why the shorts are still here, so that you can understand the trade and understand why AMC might be incentivized to ask you for more shares. The counter to that, the bullish thesis, would be that box office is so great from here on out that it's only free cash flow positive and they don't need any more cash. Cool, I hope so. But it's all speculation until it happens. Meanwhile, I know two things are coming up with certainty. Without a doubt, a bondholder lawsuit settlement is coming up. That will happen. Without a doubt, 250 million of bonds will be maturing in the next 12 months. Those are facts that are factored into what is happening to this trade. Company's got under $400 million. I think they will book cash this quarter, which will be helpful. But there's a lot of things to think about, not just box office and ignore everything else. If you're ignoring everything else, you're not going to understand this trade. Chris says, why hasn't Adam Air never put out numbers on the popcorn sold in stores? He has said, I forget the number, Chris. He said when it's fully launched, there was a number he gave in an earnings call of what the revenue would be. He didn't say profits, he said revenue. And do you guys remember what he said? I think it was like $40 million. So let's just say it was 40 million, and let's say he's talking gross revenue, and let's assume that the margin on that, being generous, is 50%. That's $20 million. It's not a huge amount of money, but every bit of extra profit helps. So I will never discount it or naysay it. I'm happy that they're doing it as long as they're doing it profitably. Every dollar counts. But it also could be, like Marilyn Mom says, it could be that they're not talking about it because it's not operationally profitable yet. It's a new business segment. They have to forecast demand and forecast sales and get the right amount of product out there and not have not make too much and then have to, what do you call it when stuff expires and you gotta expense it and throw it away. I mean, they're figuring their way through this. I don't have any misconception that they got it perfect from day one and it's only been profitable from day one. There's also probably some amortized cost of product development and packaging and distribution. All of these things factor in. I don't know if it's profitable. I hope so. And I hope that they, it's good extra marketing to have it on the shelf, and it's a good product. When kettle corn, though, Adam Aaron, I want a kettle corn. There's so many other flavors they could be doing. What's the holdup? What other flavors y'all like? Parmesan and something. What other popcorn flavors do y'all like? I'm very partial to truffle and Parmesan. I would love AMC to get that in the theaters. It's not that hard to do. White cheddar, Anya. Yes. Yes. I'm not eating popcorn really right now because I'm being very strict. So we have not restocked our AMC popcorn. I'm trying to be strict on my diet and stick to a carnivore type diet until my body fat is down below 15%. And we're making progress. I'll have an update for you guys in 3 days on where I'm at. Making great progress. But we're out of AMC popcorn at the moment. I'm not rebuying it, but my wife every now and then will go and buy that. What is it? One of the low carb options, Anya. I can picture the package in my mind, but she always gets that white cheddar. Oh man, it drives me nuts. If you guys are ever trying to do carnivore or keto and your partner is not cooperating, I hate having temptation in the house. It's like everything you can do not to go sneak a handful or two. Skinny Pop. Yeah, Marilyn Mom, that's the one. She buys that Skinny Pop white cheddar. And that shit's good. I'd definitely buy that if AMC had it. Chili lime, Chris, that sounds good. Marilyn Mom says, you look like you've lost a few pounds. I'm down, what was I at? 208 down to 185. 23 pounds or so. I'm not so focused on what the scale number ends up being, Marilyn Mom, because I restarted my strength workouts. So what I'm trying to do is swap body fat for muscle. So the weight is going to kind of be undeterminate where it's going to end up, but I really want to see the body fat, which was over 30%. I was like at 31, 32, 33% body fat. Horrible. My pants didn't fit. My belts didn't fit. I had just gotten lazy on my exercise and workouts and lazy on eating correctly. And I'm just going to say I'll update you on the milestone on June 1st, but there was a major milestone hit on body fat percentage a couple days ago. We're getting very close to sub 15% again. I always have this unrealistic goal of 10 or 12%. Never have quite gotten there. Maybe for a day. You know, at my age, I'm close to 60. Being under 15% and being active is good enough. If I can drop it below 15, that's cool. I got to just keep eating correctly and stay active without hurting myself by trying to lift too much or trying to run too far. Yeah, Joby announced what was it? A financing deal with Toyota, or an investment from Toyota. Joby's been one of our favorite EV tickers to watch for a while. It is having a great day today. I haven't looked at it since market open. Let's take a peek. Up 25%. News widget. Where's my news widget? Joby shares rise after closing of 250 million tranche of Toyota investment. Let's just see what this investment is. Fresh capital comes on top of Toyota's earlier investment of $394 million made in 2020. I want to know more details, though, about what was the form of this investment. AMC at 353. I see all the cinema stocks are down today. It's not just AMC. Here's also kind of what happened yesterday. Did you guys see this? Because I'm invested in some other tickers in this entertainment industry. They were all up yesterday, but AMC was up by far the most. Marcus Corp also got a massive run up yesterday, about 10%. But now they're all down. AMC got crushed the worst, just like it had the best run up. But MCS, for whatever reason, didn't get crushed today. I don't know. I need to go dig in to that a little bit more. GameStop recovering some of their early morning losses, now down 9.5%, 31.68. Bitcoin down to 107.3. Fingers down 3%, Wolf down 5.5%. Any news on Wolf? Oh, we got a bull here on Seeking Alpha. This Wolf isn't dead yet, initiating Wolf stock with a buy. I mean, if Wolf pulls out some white knight investor or some deal where they don't dilute common in a restructuring, I don't know how that happens, but if they do, look, that's a very long shot gamble. If they do, you're going to be making massive gains at 141. I assign that a low probability outcome. I think a restructuring is a high probability outcome. G-Bucks down 5%. What else we got here today? Check on our favorite Tesla and Palantir. And we got NVIDIA earnings today. Also, Palantir is up 1%. NVIDIA is flat. That'll be a big market driver, I think, today. And I don't know that people are super positive on what NVIDIA is going to announce today. So I'll be watching that one with interest. Maybe we'll do a market close live stream today and do another test on Streamlabs. Tesla down 0.5% today. YOLO Ono says, don't press too many buttons, you might crash again. So far, so good, although the chat highlight is still not working. Why? Why is the chat highlight not working? I don't know. I will figure that out before tomorrow. Blazin says, I love being able to say Bitcoin crashed to 100K. It didn't go down that far, did it? No. Come on, Blazin. Don't be a hater. Marilyn Mom says, AMC GME partnership sounds like a good idea. I mean, that if AMC had room in enough theater entries to set up little GameStop kiosks, I could see that being an interesting partnership. Kind of like when Starbucks sets up a little shop in Target. Why not? Double like on the white cheddar flavor from Tubby Tubby. Dan, what is your favorite popcorn flavor that you would like to see AMC add in the pre-bagged popcorn that they don't currently have? Anya and others have voted for white cheddar. I'm a big kettle corn. I would skip a meal. I'd skip 2 meals to eat a bag of kettle corn popcorn from AMC. Oh, Blazin, you're being sarcastic. Okay. Fondue and chili. Come on, man. Lemon pepper tendies is the only correct answer. I like buying some of those crazy chip flavors, Blazin. I don't know if you guys have all the crazy Lay's flavors or Ruffles, whatever it is. Like they have a Nashville hot chicken flavor potato chips here. I like buying all that crazy shit. Sweet Carolina barbecue. Although I can't eat chips right now either for a few more months. Ooh, speaking of food, I'm getting hungry. I have not eaten yet today. And it is 11 a.m. Time to fry up some bacon and eggs. I'm trying to close out this month, 28, we got 3 days. Just eating protein and fat. There's been a couple days where I've had some Brussels sprouts. What else? My wife bought me some onions to mix in omelets, a couple of Roma tomatoes. But I'm trying to deplete all glycogen and carbs for the real weigh-in on June 1st. So I'm stuck with beef, chicken, tuna, salmon, and eggs basically for 3 days. Not the worst diet in the world, especially if you've got a decent amount of beef. Old Bay popcorn. I like that one, Anya. Anya says, what is the first food you want to eat when you go off the diet? Sushi would be one, Anya. Some of my favorite, like, foods with carbs would be anything Italian, gnocchi, lasagna, anything carbonara, sushi, obviously. And, you know, these are all things that can be added in if you're exercising. Like I burned over 600 calories yesterday doing a hike, 6-mile hike. You can work in sushi if you're doing stuff like that and not ruin your day. So Italian food, sushi, enchiladas. We got a lot of great Tex-Mex here. I can get by with enchiladas if I can force myself to skip the nachos and cheese dip. That's the problem. And then you get the plate with the rice and beans. Like, I don't need all that. And pad thai. You guys like Thai food? Pad thai with those glass noodles and the chicken or what shrimp, whatever you like, added on top of it. GTR. I think those would top my list, Anya. I'm not a huge potato or pasta eater in general, but if I have a macro breaking meal, those would be at the top. And then maybe like a gourmet burger from somewhere like Hop Dotties. Do y'all have Hop Dotties in your area? HOPDODDYS. Look at their menu and tell me those don't all sound fantastic. And they are expanding all over the place, nationwide. We've got quite a few here in Austin. GTR says, did we talk about the MSTR lawsuit? We were about to talk about it last night and the stream ended. What I briefly read about it yesterday is some investors are suing MicroStrategy over accounting losses due to their having to restate the value of their Bitcoin holdings due to an accounting rule, which was announced, I think, in 2023, but effective January 1st, 2025. And if that is all correct, as I recall, these people that are suing the company say that the company should have done a better job of disclosing the risk of restating the fair value of their Bitcoin holdings, how it would negatively impact the income statement. I mean, that's a fair complaint. Maybe the company should have disclosed the impact better. However, I don't know. I mean, from day one, when I've talked to you guys about companies buying Bitcoin, it's been clear to me that how Bitcoin moves will have a positive or negative effect on companies' earnings. It'll either be fantastic gains or spectacular losses. I don't know. I don't know how that lawsuit will come out. I'm not going to say it's a bunch of haters. They might have a legitimate claim, but well, I will keep up with the lawsuit now and try and pay attention to it and see how it goes. But I don't have a strong opinion either way. Yolo Ono says, do your cinemas have arcade machines? Anya's going to love this answer. They have machines. They've got arcade machines. They've got the claw. They've got like some whack-a-gopher. And what Anya will like is my wife stops in front of those machines every time. Oh, Tony, let's play. Like, grab her arm. No. It's like when she goes past the knick-knack on sale section in GameStop. Let's buy a bunch of stuff we don't need. Look, it's on sale. Yes, we have some, Dan, but not to the extent of what I remember in my youth of arcade machines that used to be prevalent at cinemas. And I don't know why that is. Why did we get away from having the 3 most popular games in every lobby? I don't know. What do y'all think? Anya says no to hop dotties. No, you don't like them, Anya, or no, you don't have them in your area? I thought, Anya, that Hop Dotty was franchising everywhere. Now I'm going to check it. Hop Dotty. They got burgers and they got a bar. They've got truffle fries. What more could you ask for? Chilaquiles Rojos, the Cadillac Wagyu, Buffalo Bill if you like buffalo sauce, the Good Night. It's got cheddar cheese, caramelized onions, jalapenos, caffeinated barbecue sauce. Magic Shroom, I get this one a lot. It's got goat cheese, mushrooms, and a pesto sauce. Mother Nature, grass-fed beef patty with an egg, cheese frico, fried cheese, caramelized onions, crispy onions, and an aioli sauce. Oh my gosh. A melt sandwich, El Diablo, pepper jack cheese, jalapenos, and habanero. Ooh, I don't think I've tried that one yet. I love this one too, double bacon jam. I've made this. I copy a lot of their burgers at home. I did last year. Double bacon jam. You can buy bacon jam in your grocery stores. It's a great condiment to have in your fridge to add to your burgers. You got your classic cheeseburger, your classic burger, Thunderbird if you like chicken sandwiches, chicken bacon ranch, ahi tuna, Farmhouse Deluxe. What is this one? Beef patty, bacon, cheddar cheese, egg, crispy onions, mayo, lettuce, tomato, and onion. Oh my gosh, so good. Fried chicken, Parmesan truffle fries, the sweet potato fries. Oh, so good. Nacho fries. Brussels sprouts if you want to keep it healthy. Ooh, I need to try that with truffle oil and Parmesan. I'll get that next time instead of the fries. And then the bar. We like to go here like on a Sunday afternoon for brunch. Oh, look, you can make a burger a bowl and cut the carbs. All right. I would do that. Shakes. Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm not kidding you. If you get a burger, fries, one shake, and a shareable fries, and a burger and a shake, you are literally going to be so full that you will be sick to your stomach for the next 12 hours. So many calories, but so good. I don't think I've ever even finished. If my wife and I go and we both get a shake and a basket of fries and a burger, we can't finish our plate. All right, locations. Looks like they got some in Dallas. Austin, College Station, Houston, San Marcos. So only in Texas. Wow. Well, if y'all ever come to Austin, Dallas, or Houston, look this place up. Some pretty damn good burgers. And if you just want to expand your repertoire of cooking to impress your friends, go look at these pictures and you can go buy most of these ingredients or make your own. Oh my gosh, they're so good. Hop Dotty, D-O-D-D-Y-S. When they came here to Austin the first time, you couldn't get in without an hour wait. On the weekends, still 30 to 45 minute wait, not uncommon. The more locations they add here in Austin, the better the wait gets. Anya, yes, we are definitely a foodie city. There are chefs that come here from around the world and create their own little restaurants, like one-off restaurants. Hop Dotties is more of a chain now, but any type of food you could want is here now. I used to travel just to go on food vacations. I don't need to do that anymore. Marilyn Mom says they probably like that all people have to do in their lobbies is buy popcorn, but the lobbies feel like ghost towns. People would hang out before and after the movies if they have a reason to stay. Yeah, my favorite theater here locally has a massive, cavernous, modern lobby. Like, it reminds me of a lobby when you walk into a Vegas casino. You know, a nice modern casino like the Venetian. High ceilings, marble floors, super expensive lighting fixtures. We got a bar over in the corner. We've got flat screen TVs. We've got lounge chairs and seating. All of that is often full here if you're there on a prime day or a prime evening. But the other two, AMC, have very antiquated lobbies. Small. One has a bar in an afterthought corner instead of prominently located. The other one has a prominent bar. It's in the mall, that theater, Lakeline Mall. But the lobby is tiny just because of the amount of floor space they have for their entryway. Not a lot of place to put games. In fact, the games are in the hallway as you're going to the theater. Yeah, Dan, come on down to Austin. I'd love to hang out with you and we can go get some fish and chips, Dan, here in Austin. And you can rant or rave about our local offerings. We definitely have some true British pubs here. I need to do a tour, Dan, and rate the fish and chips. One of my favorite tours I did here locally was I created a scorecard for fajitas, which is a local. I think Austin created fajitas on the restaurant scene back in the 80s. We had a restaurant on the top of the Hyatt downtown that started serving fajitas, sizzling platter fajitas back in the 80s. I remember going to it when I was in college, and the line would be an hour long. And then fajitas became popular everywhere. I forget what that restaurant was called. Like back then, a tall building was 5 stories in Austin. You had a skyline view of our 2 skyscrapers. Now the entire downtown is skyscrapers. But I created a fajita scorecard a couple years ago, and I went to every top-rated fajita restaurant in town and rated their fajitas, tortillas, the condiments, the pricing. And I think my favorite that got the top score was actually a chain called Lupe Tortilla. Have y'all tried Lupe Tortilla? For the amount of food and the free condiments and the massive homemade tortillas and the tenderness, I think seasoned or tenderized with lime juice, the fajitas, just the overall package is top notch. I wish I could have given the award to a local restaurant, but Lupe Tortilla won out. It's called Tortilla, but it's a Mexican food restaurant. Scott says we got the best fish and chips on the planet here on Prince Edward Island, Canada, the Alibi Bar and Grill. All right, Been talking to the wife for quite some time about doing some trips up to Canada. So remind me, Scott, if you ever hear me talking about we're finally going. Yolo Ono says food reviews will get all the clicks. Maybe I should do that for some shorts, Dan. Bitcoin 1074, GameStop down 9%, 3186, AMC down 11.8%, hanging in there at 353. Tony tucks in a new YouTube channel. Oh man. All right. Enough food talk. The tickers seem to have stabilized for the moment. Although it was funny yesterday, right when I ended the stream, that's when AMC took off. Maybe they're just waiting on me to end the stream so we can repump this ticker. But I need to eat. So we'll come back maybe and do a end of market live stream, market close, or if I miss that because of workout or other life stuff going on, then we'll do an evening live stream and kind of see how we finish the day and talk about NVIDIA earnings. Anyways, I hope, I guess my parting message is please don't hate when I'm encouraging you guys to take profits. As you can see from what happened with GameStop and AMC today, sometimes taking profits and then stacking that cash to buy in on dips, it's not bad advice. I'm not short. I don't hate these companies. I want to see everybody win. And increasing your portfolio balance by being intelligent about when you buy and when you sell is the best way to do that. But if you don't like to do that, then do your own thing and don't worry about us over here. Nobody watches this channel anyways. We're not affecting your stocks. My only real motivation is to see people happy, profitable, not crying, not angry, not frustrated. Live your life Zen like we do over here. Join the Discord. Join the Zen. Link is down in the description. Thank you guys. We will see ya on the next video.
Candle down by the dip, gotta hold our ground. We've been waiting for so long, edges rain will soon be gone. A green candle up, a red candle down, by the dip, gotta hold our ground. Edges games are dead and gone, but the shorts we're going long. If you down and sit and stare, if you love it by the share. A green candle up, a red candle down, by the dip, gotta hold our ground. We've been waiting for so long, heavy rain will soon be gone. A green candle up, a red candle down, by the dip, gotta hold our ground. Edges games
and to the right, up and to the right, up and to the right.
Hello, millionaire. Short screenplays, one fortune flip. GameStop's journey, an epic trip. From humble roots to the moon we fly. A company's dream will amplify. Reddit warriors, keyboards in hand. With their eyes on the prize, they took a stand. No one's selling, we're here to fight. How does it go? Up and to the right, up and to the right. We're in for the ride. It's us on the rise, it can't be denied. Up and to the right, through the day and night. Together we'll soar, we'll asses in sight. Up and to the right, we're in for the ride. It's us on the rise, it can't be denied. Up and to the right, through the day and night. Together we'll soar, more asses in sight. Hedge funds trembling, pennies in shock. GameStop stock, you'll never stop. From diamond hands to rocket ships, we're not selling, we buy every dip. Up and to the right, we're in for the ride. Up and to the right, it can't be denied. Up and to the right, through the day and night. Up and to the right, more asses in sight. Billions in cash on the balance sheet. We will win even if they cheat. Dilute us more, we don't care. Book value grows with every share. The doubters say it can't be done, but the retail army we've already won. With every share we'll never stop. Investors say we love the stock. Up and to the right, we're in for the ride. It's us on the rise, it can't be denied. Up and to the right, through the day and night. Together we'll soar. Up and to the right. Up and to the right. We're in for the ride. Together we'll soar. Up and to the right.
Surprise.
We're gonna win.